It's my pleasure to welcome you all for this two-day national level virtual research development program on ethical norms of research writing and publication, Scopus Indexed Journals, organized by the Department of Commerce SF V.H.N.S.N. College, Virudhunagar in association with Department of BBA, College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai. Next, the welcome address. Now, I would like to invite our head of the department, Mr. S. Selvanathan sir, to welcome the gathering. Sir, please.
Good evening. The Department of Commerce is a V.H.N.S.N.College Autonomous, Virudhunagar, and Department of BBA, College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai, are proud to host the two-day national level virtual research development program on ethical norms of research writings and publication, Scopus Indexed Journals. I deem it a great privilege in welcome the gathering. I welcome our chief guest of this two-day RDP program, Dr. V. Arul Murugan sir, Assistant Professor and Research Supervisor, Pondicherry University, Karaikal campus. Welcome you, sir. And I thank him for accepting our invitation. Welcome, sir. Then I welcome our esteemed principal, Dr. P. Sundarapandyan, sir, for the two-day national level virtual research development program. Welcome, sir. I would like to extend my welcome to our honorable coordinator, self-finance programs, Dr. R. Palaniappan, sir. I welcome you, sir. Next, I welcome Mrs. C. Santa Kumari, ma'am, Head and Assistant Professor of BBA, College of Arts and Science, Madurai. Then I would like to thank and welcome all our faculty members and the staff members of College of Arts and Science who took a great part in organizing the two-day National Virtual Research Development Program. Finally, I welcome all the participants of various institutions for showing their interest and making their presence even after their working hours. So once again, on behalf of V.H.N.S.N.College and College, I welcome all the participants for this research development program. Once again, I heartily welcome one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite our respected principal, Captain Dr. P. Sundarabandin, sir, to deliver the presidential address. Sir, please.
Good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
Respected and beloved SF coordinator, Dr. Palaniappan. Today's chief guest, Dr. B. Arul Murugan, learned professors, and my dear student friends and research scholars. I'm really happy to preside over this two-day national level virtual research development program on ethical norms of research writing and publication, Scopus Index Journals. Really, this is the wonderful program organized by the Department of Commerce, self-funded. And not only that, they are regularly organizing wonderful programs for the benefit of the budding researchers. Everyone wants to do research, but doing research in an ethical way is most important. Nowadays, it becomes mandatory from the university. Plagiarism checking is most important. And that too, within a limit. Many persons don't know how to maintain ethics in doing the research. When we are referring certain things, we should give proper credit to that particular authors. Previously, this was not common when when I was awarded my PhD degree during 96. We are what do you say? We are not able to get the data, and searching for the materials is very difficult for us. Even doing calculations, there's no sophisticated software like SPSS like that. But now everything is available by a single click. We can get so many things as a review of literature. But many scholars, many researchers won't give proper reference to that particular authors. This is a problem nowadays. And ethics is most important. So this today virtual workshop will benefit the participants. I once again thank and felicitate Dr. V. Murugan for going to give a wonderful lecture on publishing in indexed journal. Publication is most important. That too in indexed journal is most difficult also. But when you follow certain norms, you can easily publish your papers in a particular journal. So first of all, you should know the objective of the journal, whether our research article is related with that particular journal, then only your publication maybe become easy. So Dr. Arul Murugan is going to give elaborate details regarding how to publish your article in an indexed journal, and surely this will help all the scholars to publish their article in the reputed journals. I thank you, sir, for spending valuable time, and I also wish the head of the department, Mr. S. Virudhunagar, and other faculty members for organizing such a wonderful
Thank you,
program, and best wishes for every success of this program. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, I invite our self-finance programs coordinator, Dr. R. Palnepan sir, to felicitate the gathering. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Respected and beloved principal of our esteemed institution, Dr. P. Sundarabandyan, the head department of Commerce SF, Professor Selvanathan, the resource person of today's seminar, Dr. V. Arul Murugan, the faculty members of Commerce SF department, the lovable participants of today's seminar. A great good evening to all of you. I'm really happy to give the felicitation address in this August gathering. I am really thankful to the Department of Commerce SF. Why? Because they are not only fetching knowledge to their students, they are fetching knowledge to people around the globe, and they are constantly engaging themselves in preaching what they have. In joining hands with today, they are joining hands with the V.H.N.S.N.C. College, and I should appreciate the efforts taken by the V.H.N.S.N.C. College team also. Mrs. R. Shanta Kumari, Dr. Anita, and the fellow members of our Commerce SF department. Really a wonderful day, following ethical norms in writing, and that too in Scopus Index Journal. Really many miss the bus by writing in some ordinary journals and get them what they call it as not pure research. Research should be commendable, and research should take them to the next level. In this regard, Dr. Arul Murugan is here to give you more inputs, how you can go in for those types of journals to make you a reputed person or a reputed researcher. In this regard, I should thank two eminent persons who are going to be here for 2 days, Dr. Arul Murugan and Dr. Kishore. Really, they have found out such an eminent persons to deliver talk, and already 128 participants have registered in it. Slowly participants are entering in. I could see some 80 odd persons in the seminar. Hopefully it is going to reach many in our nation. A wonderful talk for 2 days, and it is milestone in the Department of Commerce SF. I thank the organizers for arranging such a session for the benefit of researchers, and I wish this function a grand success. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I thank our college management and our principal for making us and guiding us in the right directions. Thank you very much, and wishing all the participants great success in all their future endeavors. Best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Mrs. R.C. Santakumari ma'am, Head and Assistant Professor of BBA, Mangayakarsi College of Arts and Science for Women, Madurai, to felicitate the gathering. Ma'am, please.
Good evening to one and all present here. It is my immense pleasure to felicitate the gathering. First of all, I would extend my sincere thanks for organizing such a wonderful program in association with our college. So I extend my thanks to our respected principal as well as the head of the Department of Commerce, SF, for organizing a second program. So thank you so much, sir. Regarding today's session, it is going to be an eye opener because nowadays they are concentrating more on research. More research work are being expected by NAC also. So we will have a very productive session presented by Dr. V. Arulmurugan, Assistant Professor and Research Supervisor, Pondicherry University, and also by Dr. K. Kishore, Department of Commerce, Oris College, Vellore. So it will be much useful to all of us. And also we extend our sincere thanks to the coordinator of self-finance program. As Sir said, nowadays we are not maintaining ethics in preparing our research articles. So it will be going to be a great, important thing that what ethics has to be followed in preparing our journals as well as research papers. So once again, thank you one and all for giving us this wonderful opportunity, and also extend my sincere thanks to our coordinator, Dr. A. Anita, for coordinating all the activities along with the committee members. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's my time to introduce the resource person of today's program, Dr. V. Arulmurugan sir. He got doctorate in commerce in University of Madras, M.Com and MBA from Pondicherry University. Professionally, he qualified in UGC NET JRF in commerce and UGC NET in management. He has 19 years of experience in teaching, research, extension and social outreach initiatives in University of Madras, Manonmaniam Sundarnar University and Pondicherry University. He received 32 awards and recognition, including 6 times Best Teacher Awards of Pondicherry University based on students' evaluation, triple gold medal for MPhil degree, cash award for best research paper from LIC of India, best NSS program officer award and best nodal officer awards. Now he guided 108 PG students, 14 MPhil research scholars and 4 PhD research scholars. He has completed an ICSSR major research project as project co-director. He published 23 research articles in referred journals, including UGC listed and ABDC B category indexed journals, and as book chapters. He acted as a reviewer for publisher like Sage, Inter Science, and United Law journals. To sum up, he is an inspirational speaker, writer, scientific researcher, data analyst, career counselor, and socio-technocrat. Now, I am very proud to hand over the session to our resource person. Sir, please.
Thanks a lot, madam. And thanks a lot for your brief introduction. And probably, like I thought, like I will take more time, but that's what I said. More ahead, we can go to the target. So thanks a lot for inviting me to this national ritual program. And usually we keep it like FDP, and one different thing which was happening is RDP. So research development program. And especially I thank the management administration of both the colleges, especially the principal and the coordinators. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So thanks to the organizing committee, including both the colleges. A special mention to Mr. S. Silvanathan sir for inviting me. And probably like myself and Dr. Kishore, it is not a new thing for us. We normally share stages and we normally share webinars together because the thought process is same, where we want to make it ethical research and ethical publications. That's an ultimate aim, and thanks to Dr. Selvas, he has made that point very clearly. To begin with, I can directly tell you what is ethics in research. Very simple. If a researcher is going to do everything, it is ethics. If it is going to be outsourced for monetary or it's going to be outsourced for some other people, it is unethical. Very simple tagline which we can make it out. So in that process, learning from others, getting help from others to do a research, converting that as a publication. So all those things are well equipped as ethics. So ultimately, if a researcher has to do, if we need to do ourselves a research as well as converting into a research paper or a research article for publishing, then ultimately it is ethics. And if you are not, I think Chitra Pradeep is going for presentation. Thank you. So if you are not going to do anything with yourself, and if you are going to outsource, and the unethical part starts, and if you are not going to acknowledge what we receive from others, the unethical part starts. So ultimately, if you want to do, yes, very well audible. Radha Devi is saying it is not audible. Please check it out your own network. I think it's audible.
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
Yeah. So ultimately, what I promise you this, thank you. Ultimately, what I promise you this, for next 1.5 hours, ultimately, like it's 5:30 for till 7 o'clock, like we'll be trying to understand how to do research ethically, and most importantly, how to publish our research paper ethically. So this is what which is there in my mind. Beyond that, you can, because it's a small group, so you can always put it on the chat box, or you can unmute and speak. What is your expectation? Whereby I can coin my presentation on that. So over to you, participants across India. Maybe in online, we cannot say national or international. Ultimately, like anything comes in online, we can say international. So we don't know, like people, and as far as the registration, probably it's national, as Selva sir says. But let me know, what is your expectation from the audience? What exactly you are looking from my session? I want to be an interactive rather than, because I do understand the time value of money. Because after the entire,
Sir,
please go ahead.
I would like to know how to publish the. As per the topic, I'd like to know how to publish the paper in a Scopus Index channel.
Okay. Okay.
So I want to have a clear knowledge about it, as I'm doing research in Muthuraganam Government Arts College as a PhD research scholar. So I would like to publish the paper in a well-indexed journal.
Sure.
So let me know about
so
it.
your expectations will be surely answered.
So thank
Next,
you, sir.
any other? Yeah.
Mr. Arulmurugan, good evening. This is Maragadamuthu.
Please, sir.
In the research publications or in the thesis, there is a common topic, a technical subject we are going to publish, right? So in that, how to eliminate the plagiarism? Because technical subject is common. I have got confused, I have got a confusion whether I need to quote or cite again those technical things. There are common generic things are available.
Okay, I will answer you first part of your question. Second part of your question will be answered tomorrow by Kishore. How exactly, like how to avoid plagiarism. That is a separate session tomorrow. But today I'll answer you that how you can make it out the paper. Sure, sir. And Dr. Meena has given how to cope up with the rising publication fee. That we will discuss at the end of the day. And there are journals which is not asking any fee. We should target those journals and we can publish it. But the time frame will be a little later, but we'll work on. So with all your inputs, any other?
One more query is like, why Scopus? What is the specialty in Scopus? What are the advantages in publishing? Thank you.
Even though title is focusing on Scopus, I'm going to concentrate totally on indexed. So I will answer that question also.
Thank you.
Yeah, Parvati was asking something.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. So, we work on the paper. My question was, normally we work a lot on the paper. When it goes for the review, I mean, for the journal publication, they make a lot of editing, and it was not accepted as what we have been submitting to them. So the problem is, like, we write a script, and when it comes as a movie, it will be a different thing when we find at the end, sir. So to avoid such thing, like as the previous one, ma'am was asking, finally they say that if we want to accept your paper, we need this much of money to be paid. So I don't know how to avoid, and we don't even had an idea of
Thank you, madam. You have an answer. I have a separate session into this.
Okay.
Concentrating on what is the expectation of the publisher, what is the expectation of the reviewer. Probably that will give you an answer for it. And Tina David has given my question, how to reach the publishing house. True. I'm in online, I'll be giving a practical session. The first part will be theoretically, I'll be concentrating on that. End of the session, we'll be having a what do you call as exclusive a part like how we can online source target the journals. Probably that will give you an answer. And how to identify cloud journals and UGC careless. Yeah, I'm going to concentrate on that, Bala Saraswati madam. I'm going to work on it. And somebody was asking, Lavanya, the last person. Again, I'll go for presentation. Lavanya madam, yeah, please.
So, how do we know if there is a fit between our paper and the journal's aims and objectives? Because there might be a broad brush fit, but how exactly will it fit in? And if it rejects based on the fact that it doesn't fit into the specifics, then what is the recourse?
Yeah, exactly. So I've just collected all your expectations. My presentation or my discussion today with you will give you all those informations. So keep your finger crossed and enjoy the session. And I don't want to be a kind of more academic into that. Research is kind of enjoyment. So please enjoy the session. End of the time, maybe 15 minutes. In the last 15 minutes, we can go for we can go for a discussion. Whatever queries, if it is unanswered, you can come to me, right? So with all your permission, I'm moving for presentation. Is it visible, sir? Can anyone help me out?
Visible, sir. Visible, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Once again, thanks to the
Yes.
college and administration and the organizing team. So ultimately, like we are going to look in publishing research articles in indexed journals. So that is what we normally have, and why we need to publish. The biggest question which comes in. So this is the reason. If you are going to be a teacher or a researcher, today you may be a researcher, tomorrow you may be a teacher. So if you are an assistant professor, associate, or professor, it doesn't mind. So our what do you call it as the Government of India, Ministry of Education, the UGC is looking from as three important roles. If you are a teacher, one is teaching and mentoring, the other one is research and publications, and the third one is extension activities and social outreach initiatives. By default, by mandatory, that everybody, like probably today morning till now, we would have taught students all the classes, mentoring, a little extension activities like NSS, NCC, Scouts, Guides, some of your community terms, all those things we normally do. But one important thing today, what is expected from our side is research and publications. And as we normally identify a student based on their grade and their marks, today any teacher is identified on the quality based on a score called as H index. And H index is a score which is given to any author, any writer, any teacher who is publishing, and it is based on the citation made on your paper. It is not only publishing your research articles. The next step is that how many of the people or the researcher in the global arena or research arena who are publishing you are citing your research work. So that shows your H index. And today, if you go any interview, whether it is a CAS or the direct recruitment, the first question they ask you is, what is your H index? Based on the H index, based on the citation score, ultimately your destiny is decided. That is the world we are living now. So that's an important. And looking into UGCCA's API scores for publications, as per the current regulation, that is, which was there in 18th July 2018, which was released. So you can see that if you are a science faculty or a social science faculty, if you are publishing research papers in the peer-reviewed or UGC listed journals, then you will get 8 marks, and if it is a social science, 10 per paper. And if it is internet, if you are publishing in a books, so these are the papers which you can go and see. I'm not going to waste the time on it. So if you are going to translate, these are the points. If you are going to write your own books, these are the points. So ultimately, like if you look in any kind of research, right? And whenever you are publishing in a journal where the impact factor, based on the impact factor, the marks also getting increased. If it is going to be less than 1, ultimately 5 points. The impact factor is, without impact factor, you will get 5 points. With the less than 1 impact factor, you have 10 points. 1 to 2, 15 points. 2 to 5, 20 points. 5 to 10, 25 points. If it is more than 10, you get 30 points. And if you are going to single-handedly write, all these points will come in. If you are going to collaborate with any of the authors, then if it is 2 authors, then 70% of the total publication value. That it means if it is 10 points, 7 points will be given both. If it is more than 2 authors, the first author, that is corresponding or principal author, will have a 70%. That is 7 marks, 7 points, and remaining all authors will have 3 points. So it's better you can work as an individual or you can work as a team. And to understand the publications, We need to understand what is scientific research. We need to understand what is research. We need to understand an eagle view. Today, I'm going to present, as you people were asking so many questions in the beginning as an expectation, probably I will answer those things, unlock those answers in the course of my presentation, whereby you can very well go ahead, right? So if you want to understand the publications today, if you need to understand scientific research, if that is the case, what is research? To make it much clear, I'm going to show you one research article which was published very recently with our research team. Sir, is it viewable? The article is viewable?
Viewable, sir. Viewable, sir.
Yeah.
Viewable, sir. Viewable, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a research article which was published in Emerald, and which is one of the Scopus indexed, UGC CAL listed, as well as it is B-rated journal in ABDC. Okay, so it is published in an indexed journal, which is published by Emerald. Okay, so I just want to show you, it took around 9 months for us from the day one till it got published. It was almost 9 months. You can see even the first revision was October, January, March. It is accepted on April. It was published in May, right? So this is a research team which three of us, we worked together for, now we have worked in this lockdown 4 papers. A few papers are in pipeline. You can see that these are titled Examining the Influence of Financial Inclusion on Financial Well-being of Marginalized Street Vendors and Empirical Evidence from India. Since the authors are from Commerce and Management, we worked on this topic. And you can see these are format that they are asking it: purpose, design, methodology, findings, research implications, originality, keywords, paper type is a research one. And you can see here, right, it has its own DOI number. And you can see here all these reviews with things, review of literature in the international and national level. And this is what the research gap and study objectives and the operational definition which we created for the financial inclusion, proposed research model, right, and hypotheses were formulated. These are 6 research hypotheses. This is our research model, that these are the variables which influence the financial inclusion through financial well-being. We have explained all those hypotheses, and data analysis and results were given. We used structural equation modeling. Most of the social science researchers nowadays, we use that. So these variables were culled from the sources, and every time we cull any information, we give all acknowledgements. Whenever we take financial literacy, a variable, which we are taking it from these people, the source people, and these are the results of our model using SPSS AMOS. And this is our, what do you call it as? This is a model which we worked out, and these are results ultimately. And this model which we have created, we could see that 5 of our research variables are influencing on it. One of the variable is not influencing. We thought that financial literacy will influence. People from the social science areas may understand it will influence, but unfortunately it is not influencing because they are marginal street vendors. They are not bothered about, that's a one important finding, innovativeness which we could bring it out, that marginal street vendors are not bothered about what is the knowledge and literacy they have. They want money. In what means it comes in, doesn't mind. They want money. So that is what ultimately, because every day they need to dwell upon, and we have given the discussion, all these results which we have saying, you can see here, financial literacy is not supporting. That's one of the important things that we are able to find out. This is one important thing which you are able to find. All other things are supported. All other variables, research implications, and limitations and future directions. And you can see reference almost 70 references we have taken, 70 references, and further reading we have given it. And these are entire the what you call as item scales which we have taken up for constructing our own variables. And this is about authors. And you can see here, I think I have given you a paper which we got published in the pandemic, right? It was published in what do you call it as? Exactly in the month of May 2021. So ultimately what we are saying is that this quality, see the structure, the model we used, the title we have coined, the findings we have made, This given us an insight that the innovativeness in this paper has given us and got published. And this one paper, that's what I mean to say. This one paper is indexed in 3 indexed databases. One is UGC CAR, the another one is Scopus indexed, and number 3 is ABDC rated journal. So if you are targeting that, you can get 2 indexed also. That's what. So International Journal of Social Economics is the journal name, where you can check it out in any of these 3. So if you want to have such a quality research article, then you need to follow. Out of my own experience, I'm telling you how we are able to make it. So is that fine? Can I move on? Somebody can acknowledge my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
Yeah,
are following.
sure, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think now, after showing that paper,
Sir.
probably everybody would have some layer how to prepare such kind of article. I'm sitting in Karaikal, in Unit Area Puducherry, able to create such kind of article with the team, and it is getting published. And now the citation is also increasing. Within these things, we got around 7 citations for that. More than 1,000 reads in what you call it as in the research gate. As per Google Scholar, it is 7 citation, and as per the what you call it as the gate research gate, we got more than 1,000 plus readers of this article. So that means that if you want to publish, these are some of the basics I want to tell you for the beginners, the budding researchers who want to publish, budding teachers who want to publish. So research articles in journal is one publication. Research papers in proceedings, conference proceedings, journal, the seminar proceedings, webinar proceedings, those things are another type of publication. And the third one is research papers in edited volumes. That a book will be there, book kind of things, whereby your research article can be published in edited volumes. Suppose you can also become an editor and you can collect research articles, you can publish as a edited volume of a theme. And you can write a chapter in books, or you can become an author of the book. So these are the 6 important publications that what do you call it as the publishing world is looking from you. And out of this, the highest rating is given to journals. Highest rating is given to publishing research articles in journals. So that is what we are going to discuss today, and that is what is required also. Before we move on, some of the basic thing is that you need to understand what is the difference between research paper and research article. What is a research paper? What is a research article? Research papers are normally a manuscript, which are draft, which are presented in a seminar and conference. We call it as a research paper. Research article, the other side, a manuscript or a draft which is published in a journal, and we call it as a research article. But simultaneously today, some of the publishers, they use both, but that is a reality. And whenever we say research article, there are 2 kind of article is there. One is conceptual article, the other one is empirical article. Conceptual article in the sense which is coming out of descriptive research. Please understand, any research article to be published in a journal cannot be written as it is. There is a lot of research backed up by it. If you are not doing any research, you cannot come out with publication directly. So conceptual article, which comes in a verbal, which comes in a theoretical, and empirical article, putting your ideas, thinking, which is coming in an analytical, using models, using techniques, which we call as empirical article. So whether you are going to send a conceptual article or whether you are going to send an empirical article, that we have to look at. Can anyone tell me the research article which I have shown just now is a conceptual article or an empirical article? What is your answer?
Empirical. It is an empirical article.
It's an empirical article because we have given our own ideas, our own thinking. In the sense, like if an article is backed up by a qualitative research, then it is conceptual article. If an article is backed up by an exploratory research or quantitative research, then it is called as empirical article. For that, you have to go to the research background, right? Now, if you want to send a manuscript to the publisher, either you can send it as an individual author, or today we can send it as a multiple author. Very recently, in one of the medical journal, I could see there were around 9 authors. Thank God, 9 authors. They worked on COVID, and it is accepted. It is what you call it as. It is published. It doesn't mean that single author, multiple authors, but your contribution should be there, because publisher also thinks if there is more than one author, different dimension of thinking is there in the paper. So they think that it has an edge over on the individual author. That is what even I was trying with the individual author, sometimes got rejected, and they were going for multiple reviews. But when I worked on as a team, we could see that paper which I have shown, no, they have gone for 2 reviews. Then we got published. It took around 6 months. Right. How to publish it? That is the way we need to understand. For example, when you have article in your hand, when you have manuscript in your hand, then to publish that manuscript, you can find a journal. I will tell you at the end how to do that. That's what one of the participants was asking. The other method is, first go and find the journal of your own interest, then go through its archives, its already published research articles. Then based on that, you can prepare your article. These are the 2 methods which we can use. Article-based journal, journal-based article. That means that if you have already done a research like MPhil, PhD or postgraduate or any projects, then you may have your article in your hand where you need to source the journal, where it is fitting on based on the objective of the journal, the vision of the journal, the idea of the journal, the theme of the journal. But when you are not backed up by any research, so this happens. For example, if you are a PhD scholar, it will happen in the first lot. If you are a teacher, you have exhausted with all your research, you want to publish still, then you have to go through a journal, check it out, all these, what do you call as, in that journal are the other articles, how it is made, then come out with an idea, create an article, do a research, then you can publish. So article-based journal or research-based journal, article. Right, now coming to back. We have been talking about journals, authors and other things. Suddenly, there is a word which has come in very recently in last few years as indexed journals, or we call as indexing databases. That means that as our single article goes and fits into a group of article in a name of a book which is called as journals, that individual journal are listed in a database, because we are coming in online. So that database is called indexing is nothing but listing in any order. ABTC gives out in a rated order, but there is no hard and fast rule which one is best, which one is worst. So journal indexing databases. So any journal published by a publisher will be listed in a indexing databases. So that gives what do you call us, a lookout to the academia where they get cited. That is why, because when they want to index in there, they want to list in their database, they have certain criteria. They will not accept all the journals. They say that these quality journals will come in. That is why today many people are talking about Scopus. Right. Now journals can be divided into 2. One is indexed journals, other one is non-indexed journals. That means if any journal is listed in a popular database, then in a popular group, then it is called as indexed journals. If a journal is not able to be listed, then it is called as non-indexed journals. Our focus should be on indexed journals, because those journals listed in an indexed database are called as quality journals. So whether you want to publish in a quality journal or whether you want to publish in a non-quality journal, you need to decide. Right. Now comes. Many people say that I want to publish an article. No, unless otherwise it is getting published, it is not called as articles. What we have is called as a draft. If it is prepared in the format before publication of the publisher, then it is called as manuscripts. And if it is once getting published, then it is called as articles. Okay. And each publisher will have their own different formats. We have to prepare our draft. Draft, we can make it out. when you want to convert it as a manuscript, we have to convert in a format that the publisher gives. For example, Emerald will come out in one, Science Direct will come out in another format, Elsewhere will come out in another, Willy will come out in another. So each publisher, popular publisher, Sage, popular publishers, they come out with different manuscripts. That means the layout of the paper. Based on that, we have to fit in our draft. If anything is less, we have to add on. If anything is more, we have to deduct. For that, we need to keep on going through the manuscripts, how a research article looks like. If you want to write a manuscript, you have to go through so many articles which are published in that domain, or at least in that, what do you call it as, the publisher. So from here we can understand which is manuscript, convert draft, converted as a manuscript. Manuscript, once it is published, it is converted an article. Who will publish? The publisher who is running a journal. That means a journal is run by a publisher and it will be listed, and that list database will be run by the database. Okay, so this is what the thing which you need to understand. Now, one of the participants was asking, sir, what is the expectation of the reviewer? Since I was also a reviewer, I'm not a publisher, I was also a reviewer. Whatever papers comes to us, we were directed by the publisher to look in those parameters in any research article. So before I tell you how to prepare a research article, I want to tell you what is the expectation of the reviewers or publishers. Because if you know this, you can make your manuscript ready for publication with minor corrections, minor editions, minor reviews, not major reviews or rejection. So ultimately what happens, whenever we want to say a student who is getting more marks, the person who is getting more marks writes their exam based on the expectation of the examiner. That is why they are giving marks. In the same way, if you want your paper to get selected and published in a leading publications, ultimately you need to know this. Are you ready? Do you want to know the secret?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The number one they are looking is originality, my dear friends. A manuscript supposed to be original in the sense like it should not be plagiarized. It's nothing but thing. And the thinking should be original. The idea of that paper should be original. It should not be published elsewhere. That is the first thing which we will be checking out. What is your originality of the paper? Whether you are saying anything new. That is what we normally look at. How do we check? Normally the same way. We go to Google and we check it as a reviewer. Is that paper is original? Whether the idea is that as a reviewer, we do have, by looking into the paper itself, we say that, no, this paper I have read already. Because once we read more papers, once we come across more papers whenever we have a time, then ultimately we can straight away say that, no, this paper I have seen. Originality of idea is, 1 second. Are you able to hear me? No issues?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The second thing what we look in is, what is the literature content? How much literature the manuscript, the author has referred? How much he has given? What is the relationship of the literature, earlier research, which is connected to your originality of ideas? That we'll be looking on. Because we normally look, any topic you take it, we want to know who is the base author for that idea. Whether you are quoted. The first thing, as I am a reviewer, I will do that. For example, if you are sending any paper on logistics, I will go and see whether Douglas' name is there or not. Because if any paper goes on, he is the pioneer. So we'll be looking for the pioneer people who has initiated those ideas, whether you are able to refer, whether you have referred chronologically, year-wise, what is the relationship you have made it. That is what reviewer expects. So whenever we prepare a paper, manuscript, we need to look into that. And objectives and methodology, whether it is a researchable objective, whether scientific methodology is followed, whether what you call as the scientific way in which the methods are adopted. So that normally we'll be looking on. And beyond that, whether the analysis of the data collected were done as per the protocol, as per the general principles of any statistical tool or mathematical tool or any kind of scientific tool or econometrics, whatever you are following it. And we do look the interpretation of the results, whether you have interpreted properly. Many people fail in interpreting their results. I have seen one article where the level of significance was misinterpreted. Usually it should be less than 0.05. People have taken as significant more than 0.05. Entirely wrong. So that is where it goes on. And we do check it out. What is the implication and connectivity? We are coming out with the findings. Whether that findings will give any kind of new research. Whether that connects, our research paper connects the existing research and the new researchers. That also we'll be looking on. Beyond that, as a reviewer, we'll be looking on the communication quality, my dear friends. Because the words we use, the quotation notations we use, that is more important. Somebody was asking no technical papers. So how it is going to be reader friendly, at least the domain reader friendly, the quality of the communication has to be, right? So we'll be looking on how to draft it. And the other one is, we normally tend to look reproducible research. For example, if the same research paper which I have shown, if the same model is implemented in some other geographical location, whether it will give you, whether it can be reproducible, whether it can be used in that way, that also we look in. And finally, plagiarism free. Any research article supposed to be plagiarism free. If you are going to keep less than 10, there's an all set chance that your manuscript will be sent to reviewers. If there is a more than 10, literally speaking, plagiarism, that means copying from others, deriving from others, if it is more than 10%, normally in the desk level itself, our research article will get rejected. Maybe 3 or 4 years before, I got a research article where I could smell that some portion I've read already. Then what I placed, I have just copied some of the things and pasted in Google, and you don't believe it is from Wikipedia. One paragraph was taken, adopted from Wikipedia without any acknowledgement. We cannot further go ahead. It has to be given. So we need to write by our own. Maybe tomorrow's session, you will try to understand how exactly line by line, without plagiarism, you can write. So that is what my good friend Kishore is going to deliberate. So I think now you are clear. Originality, literature, reference and relationship, objectives and methodology, analysis and results, implication connectivity, communication quality, reproducible research, plagiarism free. If your manuscript, you are able to tick all this, then your paper will get accepted. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
Now,
sir. Okay, sir.
now with all these inputs, now I am going down narrowly how to write a research article. Art of writing research article. If you want to know art of writing research article, you need to know all these scientific research process. We are going to see one by one. Because if you want to have your manuscript in your hand, that should be backed up by a research. There are 10 steps involved, which we are going to concentrate on that. What is that exactly? The first and foremost thing, if you are interested to get published, you have to do your research properly. Define the research problem. What research idea that you are going to take it. For that, in my opinion, please select interested area of your choice. For example, if anybody is from science, you select your interested area. I think somebody has unmuted, disturbing, somebody is traveling in a bus. Yes, that will distract others also. Thank you.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all happens because that is what I mean to say. There is no serious affair in making a publication. Publications, we cannot sit and write 8 to 8. Whenever things I have written one paragraph at 1 o'clock in the night for your information. I have written at 3 o'clock. I have written at 5 o'clock 2 lines whenever I get it. So that only we can make it. That's not an issue. Even an idea is generated while traveling in the bus, right? It can happen. Even in a restroom, we get a lot of ideas to write a paper. So there are so many things which we need to enjoy that, right? So what we have to do is there are two ways. One is idea-based review. You have an idea to prepare a paper, then put that idea in Google and search for those articles review, then you can make it up. Otherwise, if you are blank, then you review it. See a journal, try to get an article, then you read it, whereby you can get an idea. So whatever method, minimum, in my opinion today, 50 plus research articles is needed. Minimum, I'm not exaggerating anything. Minimum 50 plus research article in a narrowed down domain, your idea is needed. And if you collect that, what you do is prepare a statement of review of literature. Open your Excel file, prepare this title, take one research article, read it. While reading it, just write what is the title, who is the researcher, when it was done, what is the key objectives, what is the methodology, what is the what do you call it as analysis, what is the key findings, what is the major suggestion, one punchline which is conclusion, agenda for future research, 10 columns. The right side you put research gap, right? And through all those journals, look into your Excel sheet, a matrix. You have literature matrix, you will get it 50 into 10 articles, and see the gap. Looking into the gap, try to create an idea, try to frame your title. That is what you need to do. You need to frame your title. And when you are framing your title, make sure that it is contributing theoretically. You are not giving something which is already existing. You need to give a title, give a work which is not already existing. You are adding one idea, one variable, one method into the theoretical contribution. And ultimately, like, you should make sure that your research article has a utility value. Utility value. From an earlier paper, we have come out with digital financial inclusion. We worked on financial inclusion. Out of that paper, we thought that no, a digital financial inclusion has to be taken care by vulnerable group, and it can be taken out. So I'm not going to leave you there. How to frame a title for research or a paper. Today in the global arena, these three elements should be there. Research variable or variables, research units from whom you are going to collect data, and research perspective, how you are going to connect the research variables and how you are going to connect the research units in the research variables. That is how your title should be coined. Can anyone say any title? Unmute and say any of your PhD title.
So actually the capacity enhancement in electrical accessories industry using lean strategies.
Okay. Now, sir, can you tell me in your title, what is a research variable?
Actually, my intention is to find out what are the gaps.
No. You have said clearly. I'm just asking you, in your title, can you identify what is your research variable? Just now you are saying no. Capacity
enhancement.
Capacity enhancement.
Using lean strategies.
Link strategies
in electrical accessories industry.
Now you see, sir, link strategy is research perspective. Capacity building is your research variables, enhancement. Variable, one variable. And who is your research unit? The industry.
Electrical industry, yeah.
See, you have coined your title very clearly. That's what I mean to say. If you are coining your title, make sure that on the title you have your research variables, your research units, and research perspective which connects it. I think thanks a lot, sir. You have given a clarity for our audience also. And one more thing, in the recent arena, there is no need to mention your research units on the title. Now, people are saying that with the research variable and research perspective itself, you can create a title visibly. And research units can be given in the methodology. So this is how your title has to be framed, sir. Whether it is science or social science or medical science or engineering science or physical science, chemical science, or any of the commerce or management or economics, this is what in the international arena currently people are looking in your title. So whenever we are sending any manuscript, no, the first thing reviewer will see is what is the research variable, what is the research perspective. If the research unit is expressly given, fine. Otherwise, we'll go to the methodology and we'll see. If these things are clear, it is a first step to confirm our research paper is going to get selected. So we need to keep this in mind and we need to prepare. Is that clear? Can I move on?
Oh, sir, sorry. Can you repeat the three things? One is research variable, research perspective. What is the third one? Sorry.
Research units, sir. Research units.
Okay, thank you.
Right. In your title, it is very clearly there. That's what I mean to say. So if it goes on, we'll be checking out. Right.
Sure.
The next thing is that we need to draft the objectives and hypotheses. For example, for any research, we can have 3 to 5 objectives. It's a PhD work or a pre-doctoral or a postdoctoral or a project. But when it comes to research article, in my opinion, the number of objectives can be 1 or 2, not more than that. Please keep one thin line of objectives, research objective, which can replicate your title or induce your title exactly. And that one research objectives can be followed up by hypothesis. See, every research should have hypothesis in the international journal to get published, because hypotheses are predetermined results, predetermined decisions, predetermined solutions. Every researcher, if you want to do, you will also have, okay, this will be there, that will be there. So we need to create an hypothesis. So at least 2 objectives, each 1 or 2 objectives can one minimum hypothesis or more number of hypotheses. For example, we had only 1 objective in our paper, but we got 6 objectives, right? So that should be there. Every research article should backed up by objectives and hypothesis. And this slide is very important. I'm going to take some little time and explain you. When it comes to methodology, a research and survey design has to be given, my dear friends. First, you need to mention in your methodology what is the type of the study, whether it is descriptive or exploratory. That you have to mention very clearly, right? And what is the data source you have used, whether you have used primary or secondary data. If the primary data, you know that first-hand information collected by a researcher from the respondents. Yes, if the secondary data, it is already collected and published by the well-notified public domain, by the the authorities, the ministries, the reports, all those. So which one you are going to follow? Today, a combination is followed. And the most important thing, if it is a secondary data, what data you are going to use, how much period you are going to use. If it is in a social sciences, say maybe what tools you are going to employ for analysis, what are the techniques and models already available, what is the newness in your model, newness in your idea. And probably like if you are in social sciences, if you are taking a data, then ultimately, whether it is the panel data, time series data or cross-sectional data. Panel data is at a single time. Time series data for over the period of time, and both. So what you are going to employ, that clarity we need to give. Suppose it is a primary data, if you are going for whether you are going for a population study or a sample study. If you are going for a sample study, then we need to define we need to make a survey design. Who is our population? Who is our sample? What is the sample size? Where the samples are located, right? And what is the sampling technique we are following? Whether we are going to follow probability sampling or non-probability sampling. If it's a probability sampling, when we will follow, when the population is known, then we follow probability sampling. When the population is unknown, then we will follow non-probability sampling. When you say probability sampling, you have simple, random, systematic, satisfied. When you say non-probability sampling, convenience, judgment, and quota sampling. And we have a multi-stage sampling, snowball sampling. Which one is we are going to adopt? And data collection tools, like whether you are going to adopt the interview schedule, whether you are going to adopt questionnaire. I think all those you may be learning in any methodology workshop. And every paper, when you are going for a survey, every paper we look in whether a pilot study has been conducted or not. If the pilot study is not conducted, we can define saying that the final questionnaire is not reliable or as valid. So we want a valid and reliable data collection instruments. For that, pilot study has to be conducted and reliability and content analysis has to be conducted. And when you go for an analysis, we'll be looking on what analysis you have done, whether you've done univariate tools or bivariate tools or multivariate tools. We can use percentile, growth rate, mean score, univariate, chi-square, ANOVA for finding out the association or differences between the variables and the groups, and even multivariate, more than 2. Right, reliability analysis, factor analysis, cluster, discriminant, correspondence, multiple correlation, multiple regression, structural equation modeling, neural network analysis. These popularly we use in social sciences and clinical psychology, counseling psychology. In sciences, we use different techniques. And we'll be looking in what technique you are using it and how it is relevant for the data, relevant for the objective. That connectivity we need to make it. We cannot use everything. I know every SPSS, Amos, I know Lisrel, Visual PLS, DeepPower, Grittle, eViews, Vega, MATLAB, R, Mathematica, Python, Tableau, Excel, right? Anything you know. But is that tool and software is properly used in writing in making an analysis, in writing a research article, we'll be looking for. Got it? So that is how we normally get into. So these are the nutshell I've given in a glimpse view. But when you narrow down, it should be very, very specific in writing the paragraphs. Hardly methodology will be what you call as 200 words, 300 words, not more than that. Because any research article, we normally look for what do you call it as 1,600 words to 1,800 words, not more than that, including everything, including the tables, including your references, including everything. All right. So we should make our paper. Right. Now coming to the main important, the 6th one, article writing. See, maybe tomorrow, paraphrasing and all those steps, Dr. Kishore will be taking care. But if you are in social sciences, normally we follow APA publication manual. 7th edition 2020 is freely available online. Please download it. And they will be giving you very clearly that how you can draft it, how you can reference it, whether within the paragraph or outside the paragraph or in the references, how to cite. You must know how to cite. And publisher will simply say, follow APA publication manual. And some publisher in literature, they'll say MLA, Modern Language Association Handbook. If you are in engineering, then IEEE style. So it depends on the discipline. You'll have the publisher now, they go for an author guidelines. I'll show you. In that, they very clearly give. Right. So once your research is done, you are going to draft it. Keep some principles of writing, which I have given you in these slides. You should be very clear on what style you are going to draft your research article. That is more important to check in. And the clarity should be there. There should not be any confusing. Never ever write the same kind of idea again and again. Any idea has to come in 2 places, either in the article or in the abstract. That's all. Same idea, same writing of line should not get repeated. But in thesis, we'll do. In 4 or 5 places, we'll give the same idea, same lines. But in a research article, it should not be. Repetitive should not be there. Clarity should be there. Exactly. See in our paper, no, it has a very clarity we have given. Grammar. We should not make any grammatical mistakes. Voice. Usually, we have a trend that it should be written on passive voice, not on an active voice. As if it has done. Right? It is not written in the angle of a writer or an author. It should be written in the angle of the third person. And words. What the words technically people are asking, no, make sure that we use popular words. Don't use too much of technical words unless otherwise it is required. Numerals, numbers. Sometimes in research articles, we may not give the number properly. Quotations, capitalization, where capital letters should come in, where it should not come in. Abbreviations. World-renowned popular abbreviation has to be given. If you are creating it, in the beginning itself, you have to give, this is what my abbreviation model is. Presentation of your statistical results, tables, charts, and graphs. There are 2 kinds of methods we follow. Inside a research article, it is given as it is. Sometimes some publisher, they will ask, it will be given at the end of the research article. Some publishers, they may ask you to give at the end, not in between. A theoretical concept will be all the analysis will be at the end. Some add-ons. Today it is going on online. Even our data, they are requesting our data sheets like SPSS or EViews data, Python data. They want to add it in their website itself. If somebody want to work out, so that level now everything is going to be at the backstage. If NP is accessing your article, they'll have an additional folder where all your raw data will be there, where they are going to, things are going to come much harder now for us, right? And the seventh step is, once you write your research article, please, my dear friends, give it to an expert. Directly don't submit to any publisher. After drafting it 1800 words in the manuscript format, which is given by the publisher, please give it to the expert and let them help you. Work as a team. That's what I mean to say. You can include your what you call it as the colleagues, or if you have your own PhD scholars, discuss with them, get their opinion, and even you can present your paper and get the opinion from the audience. Include their suggestions if they are expertised in that. Then you can go for submitting your manuscripts and you can review your manuscript. Then you will have a happy day that when your manuscript is getting published. Don't stop there. Each research article will get a gap. Convert that gap as another research article as a further research. So keep on doing it. I've been doing like in one area, we have like 3 or 4 research articles, which is an outcome of another research article. First article will be an outcome of some other research. Second article may be an outcome of your own research. This is very hard actually, because working in the same thin line of research area is very hard. You need to go out very in-depth, but it is easy also. You can collect more review of literature. So ultimately, if you want to start as a budding researchers to get published, you need to do all this. If you're a PhD research scholar, minimum you can come out with 3 papers when you are doing PhD. In the first 6 months, when you go for a review, you can come out with a literature review paper, a review paper. And the second, you can come out with a conceptual paper. The third, you can come out with the secondary data paper. And the fourth, you can come out with the primary data paper. Within 3 years, you can minimum bring 4 to 5 research articles if you are truly working on without wasting your time unnecessarily in the institutions. With all the online, what you call as information. You can always help with the supervisors. Supervisors can collaborate with researchers, and you can very well come out with very good quality research articles. Right. So I have told what is the expectation of the reviewers. I have told how to prepare. Do you want to know how to get published? That's the most important question to be answered. 40 minutes to go. You want to know that?
Yes,
can we
sir.
stop?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. I'm just interacting with you. I just want to know. I'm not in a hello world, because in Google Meet I cannot see you anybody. With a Zoom I can. Right. So what I'm going to tell you is what exactly you need to do. Draft your research article. Just now I told you how to draft your conceptual, how to draft your based on the manuscript. Okay, the format which is given. And please go for plagiarism check. Maybe tomorrow, Dr. Kishore will tell you how to check plagiarism with your content. How to write without plagiarism also. What is plagiarism? What is not plagiarism? How to check it with the Turnitin or Workon. So whatever it is, software is available, he'll be guiding you. Once that is ready, the second thing is that target the relevant journal for your research article. If you are having a research article, then you can find a relevant journal. If you are not having a research article, go and find a journal, go through the journal, then come out with an idea, prepare a research article, submit to the journal. Okay? Right. How to select a reputed journals and publishers? That is what the biggest question we have. You need to select. Either it should be in the UGC CAT, or in Scopus, or ABDC, or Web of Science. Today, which is very popular. Many people are asking, why Scopus? There is nothing else. People are targeting that. Many people are citing the journals which are articles which are published in the Scopus indexed journals. That is why it is getting popular. There is no hard and fast rule, right? So these are 4 index which is getting very popular than any other index: UGC CAR, Scopus, ABDC, Web of Science. Now what I'm going to do is practically I'm going to show you how you can target a journal. Then I'll come to the next steps. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Right. So just go to Google. Sir, are you able to see Google, sir? Google page in the view?
Yes, yes.
Just write UGC CAR. Nothing else. And you'll be taken to UGC CAR Savitri by Pune University. UGC is not directly maintaining it, my dear friends. Some of you may know it. Those people who are not able to know, maybe I can give you the information. So CAR is nothing but Consortium for Academic and Research Ethics, which is a coordinating agency is Savitri Pune University. If you go here, there are 2 lists available, sir. Please see here. UGC CAR list group 1, UGC CAR list group 2. That means that the UGC CAR protocol, any journal has to be submitted to UGC CAR protocol, and UGC time by time at the timeline they will verify whether it is a quality journal. If it's quality journal, they will add in UGC CAR list group 1. Now even a scroll is going on. If you are able to see, deadline for submission of new journals will be 10th June 2022. Journals submitted after that would be considered only for the July 2022. That means what? If any journal, now journals has to apply themselves here, and based on that they will select, and that list will be available in UGC CAR protocol, will be available in group 1. Then what is in group 2? Journals indexed in globally recognized databases. What are the globally recognized databases? As per UGC CAR, they have recognized Scopus and Web of Science. Now, how to see this from here? Please, I have logged in. So you have to log in to see this. Maybe I'll log out and log in and show you. So if you go to login, right, in that you can see, if you are going to a first person, please give login, and here you can see register here. Every researcher has to register in UGC CAR. If you have not registered, go to login, click there, you will get registered here. So you have to give all these details and you have to submit it, whereby you will be registered. Now already I have registered, so I am entering my credentials. I am not robot. So login. Now I have logged in to my account. Okay. Now you can see UGC CAR list 1. Just click here. You will get this page. Are you able to get this? You can see here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So now you see in the left side UGC CAR list group 1, UGC CAR list group 2. In the UGC CAR list, you just click search. You see here. Directly
Yes,
you can select your title. You can write your any field. You will get it. Already it has been divided. You see science 275 journals, social science 313 journals, arts and humanities 371 journals, multidisciplinary 50 journals, Indian languages 305 journals. Now even anybody can give any name. Can I type and find out your journal? Anybody? Any keyword?
Fairness perception, sir.
What is that?
Fairness perception.
Farmers, it won't be in that angle.
Sir, it's not a farmer, it's a fairness perception.
I couldn't get you, sir. Can you spell it?
FAIRNESS, fairness perception.
Sir, can you put it in the chat box?
Sure.
Just type in the chat box. Meanwhile, any other keyword? Yeah. Fairness perception. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. There is no journal on that, sir. Fairness perception on what you are trying to do, in which area it comes in. Domain. Is it in behavioral science or consumer behavior? Sir? Is it in consumer behavior?
Yeah, it's not a consider. It's based on teachers. Fairness perception based on teachers. It seems to be in a work-life balance. Interrelated.
Okay. Let me. That is what, sir. We have to define the keyword, popular keywords, not exactly your title, which comes in.
Okay.
So here also it is not there. Maybe let me put it. Consumer behavior journal is not there. Now making marketing. I'm putting marketing. Let us see. You see, when I put marketing, there are 4 journals which are listed. And here, please understand, the International Journal of Leisure and Tourism Marketing is discontinued from Jan 2020. If anything already listed, if the UGC CAR is going to send out, they will mention here. Otherwise, you see International Journal of Online Marketing. The publisher and all these details, you can see view. Just click the view. It will take you to the individual items. And if you click here, it will take you to the main web page of that journal. You can see here. You see, we have come to the journal web page. IGA Global, they have come out. Journal matrix. So you can see the research articles, open access articles, determinants of online purchase intention of apparel products in Lebanon. So you can go here. You can see here what is the table. If you want to publish it, you can see here, submit to this journal. Just go here and you can even read article processing charge is there for this. Authors guidelines. I will check it out, authors guidelines. So description and scope. If you go here, what are the area it is covered in marketing? You see, they have clearly given. These are the areas which are covered. This is how you need to find out from that. Right. So you can give keywords and you can find it from the group 1. Group 2. Group 2, even the Web of Science, they have given Arts and Humanities Citation Index, Science Citation Index, Expanded, Social Science Citation Index. And we have Scopus source list. So you can go to Scopus source list and here also you can find. Because you want to know Scopus index journals, no title. So I can type any title, maybe finance. I'm just giving finance. So it was only things. Finance. So under finance in Scopus, we have Cogent Economics and Finance, which is there. Or any other title like logistics. A subject area, then finance. You can see here, all these finance will come in. You just click here, apply. You see, sir, how many journals are there? 108 journals are here. If I want to publish anything on finance, I'm able to get 108 journals. See here, first journal is Journal of Finance, citation score, highest percentile, all those. So if you go and click here, it will take you to the journal. For example, here, it is giving all the details. See, from 1946, this journal, and the publisher is Willie Blackwell. Okay, and if you want to go exactly to that journal, source homepage, you can see here source homepage. Click source homepage, and it will exactly take you to the web page of the Journal of Finance. The Journal of the American Finance Association brought in this, and it is there from so long, right? So what is the impact factor? 7.544. Oh God, you can see. And what do you call it as They are making so much of announcements. You can see their articles here, finance articles, the back volumes. So where we can go next is you have to go to the articles, and here you can see here. If you want to contribute, please go author guidelines, my dear friends. Author guidelines. All papers must be author guidelines. Click here to enter submission site. Sir, they have given very clearly what is the file format, what is the title page, how the lengthy, all those details, how we can make it out. So all those details are there here. And one more information you could see. First, whenever you are targeting, here you can see the Journal of Finance publishes leading research across all the major fields of financial research. It is most widely cited academic journal on finance. Each issue of Journal of Research over 8,000 academics. So they are given about the journal. Once you go to the journal page, go to the about journal and see that whether your research article can be sent. Easy way to reach. So one way is directly you can go and register, and with the UGC care you can access. So if any journal is listed in group 1 and group 2, and if you are going to use it, then it is a quality paper. And in that, Scopus source is getting much familiar. Scopus index is getting much familiar in India. I don't know what reason, but still it is getting much familiar. Beyond that, my dear friends, beyond, as I told you, UGC care Scopus, Web of Science, for economics, exclusively for those people who are in economics, commerce and management. I think faculties are there from economics, commerce and management, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So those people, instead of going for index, we have another category called as rated. Those index are rated. For example, there is one thing called as ABDC. Okay. So which is mean by Australian Business Deans Council. In Australia, they are doing it. You can just type it ABDC. You can get Australian Business Deans Council. You can very well go there and just don't go anything, don't search anything. Just you clicking here. You will get an Excel file, my dear friends. Just save the Excel file in your desktop. Just open that Excel file. You'll find, you see, you'll find more than 2,000. Just a second. More than 2,800, more than 2,688 journals of Tyler and Francis, Sage Publication, Oxford University Press, elsewhere, whatnot, Emerald. So all these publishers, right? So 2,600 journals are there, and these journals every year they are rating it. 4 rating they give: A star, A, B, and C. If you are going to publish in A star, your quality of research is cited more. Let us say what you do is you give control F. Can anyone say any commerce, economics, management area? Anybody is there? Can you say any keywords where you are doing your research? We can find a journal now.
Consumer banking, sir.
Banking. I'm just putting banking here. Just I'm going to say find all. It is here also. Or we can go for find next. You can see here annual review of banking and finance by Boston University School, which is C-rated journal. Find next. Bank Parikrama, a journal of banking and finance for Bangladesh Institute of, say, C-rated. Find next. Find next. You can keep on going. You see here, Indian Journal of Finance and Banking by Center of Research. Right? So you can see International Journal of Banking, Accounting and Finance by InterScience Publishers, C-rated. You can keep on clicking. International Journal of Central Banking, International Journal of Electronic Banking by InterScience, International Journal of Banking and Finance by elsewhere. Let us see. What we do is we'll just copy this and go to Google and just type over there. It will take you, once you have selected your journal, just go and type there. You see here, journal elsewhere, Journal of Banking and Finance by elsewhere. You have come to your thing, no? No, I don't want to go ahead. Okay, because it is asking me to cookies. So you can see Journal of Banking and Finance. You can view that articles and we can check it out, even whether it is in ABDC. Let us check it out whether it is in Scopus. Whether the same journal is there in Scopus. There is a thing which is going, and we will check it out from this one, UGC Group 2. Arts and Social Sciences, we'll make it. We'll just check it out from them. Okay, we need to create. See, so it is there in Web of Science. It is not in Scopus, but it is there in Web of Science, Journal of Banking and Finance. Once it is there in Web of Science, it is accepted by UGC CAP. So either Scopus, Web of Science, or what do you call it as? The ABDC. So these are the 4 important index which we did. So now I told you very clearly that how to search for a journal. If you go to the journal page, there you find author guidelines, all those how to prepare and how to submit online. So I think you know the clarity that how to access, find out a journal for UGC CAT, Scopus, ABDC and Web of Science. You can try yourself. It is not that within short span of time you can, because 5 minutes to go for our discussion. Modify your research article with author guidelines. If you have already drafted a manuscript, modify based on the author guidelines, and then you go for online submission of your manuscripts to a selected journals you have done it. And once you have submitted, they will check out the desk level itself, and your manuscripts will be sent for reviewers. Minimum 2 reviewers they will send. And if both the reviewer is saying it can be accepted, it will be accepted without any changes. Yes. And the second one is there may be major corrections and minor corrections. If there is a minor correction or major correction, it will be sent to you and you have to make those corrections. Again, resubmit your paper, review your paper. Then again, it will be sent to them once they are satisfied. It may be one single time, it may be double time, it may be triple time. I have reviewed a paper for the 3rd time. So it will get published. And then you will get your publication. So you have to prepare your paper based on the target journal author guidelines, submit online, wait for your review. Once you are reviewing it, review and submit it, then you get your publication. Then it not stops. You have to create an account for publication. What I mean to say is, please have, if you are not having it, if you are an author, have an ARCID. Go to an ARCID, just few seconds, create your ARCID ID. It's an author ID. Globally, it is accepted. Once you create it, if you give that link to any publisher, they will know the author detail with whatever the earlier publishing you have done. You can open a Google Scholar account where you can upload, link all your publications, where people can cite your publication, where your citation and H-index will increase. You can go to ResearchGate also. You can upload your research articles, whereby your citation score or reads, whereby you can show your metrics, author metrics through Google Scholar and ResearchGate. And the same thing can be increased. Your published articles can be promoted. You can enhance your citation index by sharing in social media also. The link you can share it in Facebook, link you can share it in what you call as LinkedIn, where the researchers will go through. If they are interested, they will cite your work. And once these are done, prepare your another research article. So this is a procedure where you need to follow. And then the one thing is that if you want to get a good research article, you need to do a better scientific approach. If you want to do a better scientific approach, in the beginning itself, when you generate an idea, the title, the idea itself to write a paper, please use this fun approach. This fun approach is created by Dr. Van. Nobody else, it's me, Dr. V. Virudhunagar. I have given it. So doing research is fun in that angle. N stands for novelty. Your research article is supposed to be novel. Your idea has to be new. Then only it will be accepted. Number 2, utility. It should be useful to the policymaker. It should be useful to the society. It should be useful to the journal, their targeted idea. And F stands for feasibility. Whether you can complete that research article within a time. Based on that, you select feasibility of resources, feasibility of time, feasibility of money, because nothing can be created. Article processing charges are there, which is an acceptable level. Then you need to go another go today, right? This is what you can apply this fun approach in the beginning. If it is okay, then you can do all these work and make sure that you are contributing at least a single word to the domain of knowledge, which can be cited, which can be used, which has an utility value to the researchers. So one thing which I want to tell you is, rather than concluding, Nobel Prize, we are not aiming much. If we are able to do a research for continuously 15 to 20 years, right? Our service is for 30 years in an academic field. If you are able to do that, there's also a chance that we can also get Nobel Prize. And this is something which, as a researcher, if you want to be an ethical, these skills you need to have. You need to know how to type. You need to know how to format. You need to know how to get online materials, how to collect the data, how to make an analysis with analytics with data softwares, analytical softwares, conceptual and statistical significance, drafting and proofreading, logical thinking and doing, multitasking, understanding with your research team. If you are working as a team, please have with the supervisors, with the research team, colleagues, and get help from others. As I told you in the beginning, please, never hesitate. Don't have an ego. If you don't know, learn from everyone, but do it yourself. Get help from others, do it yourself. Ethicality in research can be maintained. By laziness, by having a greedy that you have a money, you can get anything, then unethicality will be there. We cannot survive anything, right? So don't commercialize. I'm not concluding anything. I'm just saying that start now. We have understood what is scientific research. We have understood publications, how to target top-rated journals. The only thing is that, remembering my Dr. Vam's fun approach, start drafting. We can say, I want to publish. Days will go, we will not. Sit and write, no other go. Sit and review, no other go. If you are doing it, then publications will. Once you start tasting the goodness of publication, you'll start doing it. I'm doing it. You can also. So further, if you want to have any reading, please read Methodology of Research in Social Sciences, written by O.R. Krishnasamy and Ramanathan sir. He is my research guru. I'm not promoting it. I'm telling you whatever I have learned, whatever I'm today, it is because of Professor Raghunathan sir in research. And the publication manual by American Psychology Association is available. Go through this. And UGC has come out with a guidance document for researchers in the month of September 2020 in the pandemic. Good academic research practices. I request all of you to read these once. And very recently, in 2022, a book was published in UGC. It is there in the website, Academic Integrity and Research Quality. Please read that book before you do any research or publications. If you do that, it will be ethical. And I do run my YouTube channel. It is more than 1,000 crossed. So Dr. V. Virudhunagar, if you type, you'll get my YouTube channel. If you want to know more about scientific research, data analytics, how to do SPSS, how to use data in SPSS with various packages. So all those things are there. If you're interested, you can very well, there are videos of 1 hour, 2 hour, you can always get into. So thanks a lot to the organizers, Dr. Silva and other team members. So V.H.N.S.N.College, Virudhunagar, for inviting me virtually. And we have last 10 minutes to go. If you have any queries, I'm bound to answer.
Oh, very good evening, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
Sir, your presentation is very precise and very nice. Thank you, sir, for a wonderful presentation. And I'm having one clarification, sir.
Please go ahead, madam. Indra Priya, madam. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So we don't know how to find it out the fake journals because 2-3 months before I have published one journal. I have published one article in one journal that is actually listed in UGC Care, and after a month, I couldn't find it out that article in UGC Care list journal. So how we can find it out whether that journal is coming under a fake journal or it's
That's
clone
what,
journal
yeah,
like
madam,
that?
I clearly understood. That's what I shown in CARE itself. Frequently, we need to check
Yes,
it out.
yes,
Please
yes.
see here. I think I'll present and show you again.
Okay, sir.
I'll just present and show you again. Are you able to see this page?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See here, list of cloned journals in group 1 and group 2.
Okay,
So if you
okay,
click,
sir.
before you select a journal, please check it out whether your journal is listed here. If it is listed, don't target those journals.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Just
So,
you have already told. Likewise, we have to be find it out whether it's going to be clone or not.
exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine.
So UGC has given, one second, sir. UGC has given an enormous list, and
Okay.
we can check it out. Number 2, I have a tip to tell you.
Okay, sir.
Please select a journal which is at least publishing for last 10 years, more than 10 years, not last 10 years.
Okay.
If you are able to select a journal which is publishing more than 10 years,
Okay.
there is all set chance that they may not become a clone.
Okay, okay,
It's
fine.
my thinking. I don't go into any new journals. If you go into any new journals, it will be surely there may be chance
Maybe
that
the
it may
chance to
become
clone. Yes, yes. Okay,
So
okay,
it is
okay,
our
sir.
responsibility to select before submitting to any journal, madam.
Okay,
Sir,
Yeah,
Maragada,
Muthu, yeah.
yes, sir, please.
Thank
So
you, thank you, sir.
one more input is normally the mistakes what we are doing is we are just copy that website thing and put it in the Google. A lot of cloned journals are coming in the Google search. So better, my suggestion would be like we can directly go to what the sir was telling, no, in that Scopus list. From there we can directly enter into the website.
Yes, sir.
That will be better always. Right?
Okay, okay.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Just an input. I am not.
True, sir. No, it's not that. It is true. That is why I have see, instead of going directly to that, I went through UGC CARE, registered.
Correct.
And from there I have taken, because that is the best way that we can be keeping away all those things away. You are
and
absolutely
UGC
right.
CARE list also, this clone list has been given. What is the difference? Like a spelling mistake, like small variations will be there.
Yes,
The difference
yes,
between the clone journal and the original one. The
Yes,
same
sir.
thing has been given in that website. If you go
Yes,
inside
sir.
your scope.
Exactly. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Any other?
Sir, and you have given that APA format. Likewise, you have just mentioned one
American Psychology Association
yes,
manual.
sir.
Yeah.
So that link, that
No,
PDF
madam, that
link
you
will
can
be
simply type in Google
Okay,
APA
sir.
manual, publication manual, you will get it in PDF. It's available.
Okay,
Right.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So anybody has given in, some question is there. How to find journals are fake? Just now we have answered. How many reference required? Madam, there is no any, Geeta Sundarraj, madam, you have given. How many references required for a manuscript? There is no any hard and fast rule. If you are able to source its origin from now, if you are able to go, well and good. There is an all set chance. We cannot restrict any number. Depending on the research title you are choosing, what are the reviews available, we can take it and make it. And how can author can be in one paper? Shamim Kamal, how can author can be in one paper? I couldn't get your question. Can you elaborate it? Shamim Kamal. How many author? Madam, it depends. Nowadays, that's what I said. No, I could see from a single author to 9 authors in a medical science. In social sciences, it depends on, madam. It is not simply giving their name. What is their contribution also matters. So end of the day, if they go for interview, they will be asked, no, what is your contribution as a 5th author or 6th author? That should be a justification. Yeah, thank you, madam. And Oh, that is it. Wonderful session. No other questions. How to write review article? Bala Saraswati, madam, you have asked how to write review article. Madam, there are three methods which is there. One is systematic review method. Number two is bibliometrics. Number three is meta-analytics. So through these three methodology, you can collect, you can use these words in your Google, you can find out. These three methodology, you can collect review articles in your domain area, then you can read it and you can present as an article. Any other questions that I could see? Should we take impact factor with a pinch of salt? Lavanya madam asked, should we take impact factors? Madam, to begin with, let us publish in the indexed journals. Once you become little, what you call it as conversant, then we can think of high impact journals, because the getting published is little difficult in high impact journals. That is what A star getting. If you are able to get one article in A star, it's like people are speaking like anything.
So my doubt was because
Yeah, Lavanya madam, please go ahead.
So my doubt was because if it's a niche journal, like say for example, Journal of Global Economics, it is very specific. So there the impact factor may be low, but there is another journal like International Journal of IT Management and Engineering. So it's a broad-based journal covering many facets. So its impact factor is high. So our specific our specific article may fit into both the journals, but Journal of Global Economics, it is more of an international journal, and there the impact factor may be low because it's very niche area.
Madam, that is what the madam, like two things we have to see. When there is an impact factor, see whether it is published by a popular publishers. Point number one. Number two, whether it is indexed in globally recognized index. In that way, we can even go to a lesser impact factor journals. That we can do. For example, one which we published, which is just 2.4. There are journals 6.1. We are not targeting on that, because the publisher also matters. I have listed some publishers, no? So if you are able to publish in those journals, that also matters, no, madam? We have to take more criteria in consideration.
And so for top journals, top international journals like Journal of Economics and Management Strategy, Family Business Review. So broadly, something like Free Trade Agreement may fit into Economics and Management Strategy or Journal of International Competitiveness. But specifically, the way we interpret as a writer may not fit into their their interpretation as a reviewer. That's
the only thing, madam. What I mean to say is, how you target. That's what I said. No, once you go to the journal, please see about the journal or objective of the journal, topics covered. We have to go through that, and we have to see whether our idea of article can match into that. For that, even you can go and check out the archives of the articles in the journal last 5 years or 6 years. Then we can connect. Okay, somewhere some research article maybe in our case. For example, we have reviewed. No, some of the review articles would have published in that journal itself. So these are some of the tips which we need to find out. Hope you got it.
Yes, sir.
Right, madam. Thanks a lot for your input too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for your wonderful session, sir.
Thank you, madam. I'm blessed.
Thank you,
sir. How Dr. Meena is asking, sir, how and where to get the list of free journals? Madam, many people in last 3 years have been doing this session. Many people are asking it. There is no any organization to give us free journals. It is the researchers. We need to browse and find out from their website whether it is free or whether it is paid. If it is paid, whether they are asking article publishing charges or any other thing. That we need to find. There is no a ready-made list for it, madam. We have to find it. No other go.
Sir, question from Carlos Luis.
Yeah,
could you please repeat the 3 terms you used?
Okay, systematic literature review. The other one is bibliometrics. The other one is meta-analytics.
Any other participants' question? Please ask your questions.
As per the timing, 2 minutes to go. Still participants are interested, organizers are courtesy enough to give more time also, we are ready to discuss. Because ultimately, this session has to be fruitful to someone who can publish it.
Participants having any doubt?
I have one question. Like as I already asked you this question, like we have, I mean, my concept is like a capacity enhancement using lean strategies. So there are some common lean tools. The explanation, for example, if I take Kaizen or Gemba walk kind of thing, 5S, all these things. So obviously, it is globally the definition is same. 5S, the definition is same. Kaizen or Gemba walk, all these things. So should I cite that, or who has invented, who has shown, or something like that in article or research?
No need, sir. No need, sir. Because I'll tell you, I have my own experience. I have coined one word called as Telka assurance. I'm talking about 12 years before. And when I sent to a publisher, they straight away rejected it, saying that you have not quoted anything like that. And it is not a popular concept also. But later, I couldn't review it. It was a new idea. But when you are having a new idea, you will have a tough time. But when you are using Kaizen and all those models, right, JIT or whatever it may be, there is no need to cite anything. Those jargons we can very well give because it's a popular in your own research domain, right? So there is no need to quote it.
During the plagiarism check, it is auto check by the system or tool.
Sir, that
will
is
it
what,
not
sir,
consider?
Yeah, it will. All those things comes under less than 10, sir.
Okay.
For example, if we have a problem with the SPSS, whenever we just copy and paste the SPSS result in the paper or Ramo's results in the paper, we'll get plagiarism. We can justify.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. You have added value to our session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Sir, I have one more question.
Yeah,
sir.
Shamim Kamal, madam, please.
My husband is technical writer. He used to help me in writing papers for PhD students also. So he want to mention his name also in that particular papers. So, but while mentioning the name affiliation, he cannot give any affiliation that he's working in this college or any. How can he give that affiliation?
I think I can answer you a little differently, but I don't want, madam, actually research papers are developed by researchers. Okay. So there should be an affiliation, and if you are doing as an outsourced, that is what unethical part. I don't know how people are doing it. That is why I say that.
I mean to say that he is not a academic person, but he's interested in writing papers. So we both, I have affiliation, but he don't have affiliation. So we both are in the same stream. So we work together. But unfortunately, I am not able to put his name in the paper. So we are partners. We are working together. But affiliation, when it comes,
I don't understand. But still now there is no answer for it because there should be an affiliation. That is what things are going on. Then only they are accepting it, either as a student or as a scholar or as a faculty or running some institutes as a founder or in a corporate. Madam, one more thing is that if he is working in a corporate, they can give affiliation with the permission of the corporate. That is accepted. Industries profiles are accepted. But till now, even I need to search, madam. Maybe contact me little later. Surely I'll give you some answers. This is a new one, which I'll give you answers later. Please contact me. Help of Dr. Selva sir, get my number. Maybe I'll source it and give you answer for it. Because at present, I don't have. Till now, it has not come to out. But if there is no affiliation, what kind of things the publisher is doing, I will check it out with my own leading publishers, whom I am reviewing it. I will write a mail to them and get back to you. Surely I'll let you out.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Even I have a request to the committee members also. When we are asking to register our names for these kind of things, there also he don't have particular. He is very much interested to attend these kind of meetings, but he cannot say that he is associate professor. Some persons will give that option, like others, if they are not.
Maybe, madam, to make it, let him put independent researcher. Then later we can think of.
Okay, sir.
Independent researcher, some address.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's a small thinking I'm having it. I will officially check it out and help you out. Tell you.
Okay, sir.
Right, madam. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Sorry, I couldn't give you answer right time. I'll surely give you an answer.
Thank you, sir. That's all. Thank you.
Sir, a question from White Raj.
Right,
Sir,
yeah.
is we publish multidisciplinary or pure commerce journal?
Choice is yours, V.H.N.S.N. V.H.N.S.N. is one of my student researcher in MSU when I was working. So thank you, V.H.N.S.N. for asking this. It depends on you whether you want to select a domain-specific journal or multidisciplinary. You have to select which are listed indexed. That's the only thing. Choice is yours.
Okay, sir.
Thank
Participants, feedback link which is in the chat box. Please, all of you, please fill the feedback link.
Thank you so much, sir, for your fruitful session. We are learn a lot of things from how to publish a paper and Scopus journal. Otherwise, you have explained the content very lot much. We enjoy the content is more. We learn the more content about to publish an article, sir. It is we hope your entire content should be reached to the participants to publish article very easily, sir. I hope. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all the participants for taking up your time in an odd hour. We do understand from the morning you would have been struggling to walk your professional things. I do have 4 hours of class in the morning, and it happens. Like whenever we want to do something extra, we need to walk an extra mile. So thanks a lot to all the participants, even some of my researchers who are currently working with me also attending this session. A special thanks to them, because there are things where we can communicate to them. Now they also would have been here. Thanks to organizers for accommodating them as one of the participants. And probably it is not matters. Thanks to Google and these online platforms, it doesn't matter where our college is located, where our institute is located, where is the resource person. I think thanks to the organizing committee thought in that angle, and a special mention to one of my well-wisher, Dr. Selvi, who has been a linking pin between Dr. Selva and myself. A special thanks to her, and thanks to everyone. And it looks like I'm in South, ultimately sitting in a Kareka with a huge rain. Actually, last 2 hours is a huge rain here, but still there is no network problem. Probably in the future, Selva sir, I'll be happy to visit your institution after the pandemic.
Surely.
So with this note,
Yes,
thanks a
we are
lot for
waiting, sir.
inviting me.
We are waiting, sir. Waiting. It is. I thought it's a second program, sir. You have already spoken in NSS program.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, sir.
So thanks a lot, and with your
Thank you,
permission, can I leave, sir? Madam, thanks a lot, madam, for
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
coordinating it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
and
so much,
convey my
sir.
regards to all your administration. Thank you, principal, sir, coordinator.
Thank you so
sir.
much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.